We've noticed a change in this, haven't we?
What's important, I think, for us to really look at is consumer behavior.
That's how we react as humans. We want it fast, we want it now.
And if you're still using the same marketing tactics, the same messaging, the same approach to that consumer from 10 years ago, you're missing out.
The consumer out there is thinking, there might be a better alternative.
We've found the institutions, we've brought them together in one place. And all of a sudden, you're instantly going in with 6, 7 offers, telling the person who wants to sell their house that I have 6, 7 offers right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to the most cutting-edge real estate podcast out there, The Real Estate Consumer Shift. I am one of your hosts, Jason Wells, along with
Tim Evans. Wellsy, what's going on? What are we talking about today?
I think I wanted to talk about just a little bit that it's the most wonderful time of the year that we're entering into.
We are in,
and I don't mean Christmas.
Yes, we are coming in that fall season. We got college football starting up, obviously NFL, and then the fall classic baseball.
It is the time to be a sports fan.
It is a time to be a sports fan. Fall is always a great time of year, and the weather. We're in Arizona, so the weather starts to get a little.
It finally got below 99 degrees. It was amazing.
Yeah, exactly. We were in Austin the other day, and the temps were like 100, 103, and we were people were like, it's so hot, and it's like we thought it was winter because we've been in 115, 116 throughout the summer.
Yeah, for like 90 days straight or something crazy. We've been at anyway.
But it is a great time of year. And we've got something really cool to talk about. But go ahead.
We do, because the other part about this time of year, college football and all the sports and everything you said, is it's also a great time in the real estate market.
Yeah.
And the reason it's a great time in the real estate market is because this time of year is from a seasonality standpoint where things get a final push up towards the top, where the activity will be there here through, now through October some point before it begins to trend down. So it's a great time right now especially for listing agents to be taking listings, to be servicing your clients and start having some closings as we go into the end of the year.
It is, and we'll throw a little bit of the NAR in there. That's come upon us, some of the changes with how the commissions are paid out. And I'm still hearing like agents are saying, "Hey, what are you paying on the side? Is there anything for me to show this to my client?" Or all these stories are coming out.
Stop with the bananas already.
Yeah. So, anyways, and we have just gone a different direction in how we transact, and it's fun, and we're seeing wonderful success with our agents out there in the not sex but success. Hey, it's a podcast.
I tried to just slide right through that, but this is live and we don't do cuts. So there you go.
Got it. So anyway, success with the agents that are partners with us, taking multiple cash offers, 10, 12 offers into the home of sellers before even sitting down with them and giving them options and comparison. And that's what we want to talk a little bit about today is comparison.
Yeah, and that is it. The need for us as human beings to compare is you will find it across anything you do. So let's take sports for right now, right? We've got college sports and NFL, and we've had preseason and all this stuff. On every team, there are multiple players for a position. We'll say quarterback, right? They have 3-4 quarterbacks. Well, they're really only going to ever play the one, maybe the backup a little bit, but they have 3-4. And oftentimes those 3-4 they bring in, they have to watch over and over, put them in different situations. What exactly are they doing?
Seeing how they perform.
They're comparing them.
Yeah.
They're seeing how one performs in one situation versus another. What do I actually have here? What's going to be the best thing for me? This looks good on paper. This looks good, that from what I've seen. But let's bring this player in and let's actually put them through the paces and compare them to one another.
Great analogy.
And you have to, as humans, we have to compare. We want some certainty. There's just like this ingrained thing inside of us where we want.
It's in our soul and our DNA, right? We want to make sure we're making right choices.
And I think that probably goes to you get into the psychology. So anyone out there who's a psych, a psych person or something, let us know in the comments. But our brain is developed to keep us safe. Right, that's its primary thing, and so its default is to keep us safe. And to keep us safe, it's to make sure we don't make bad choices. Right, as we evolve more, we can make more decisions on things, but we have to make the decision that's best for us, ingrained in us. That's what we're looking for. What's the best decision for me? And the only way to do that when you're unfamiliar with things is to compare.
Yeah.
So when you go into something new, whether you're going to buy a car, buy some bubble gum, buy a candy bar, a burger, you go to Cheesecake Factory and there's like 9 gajillion options. There's a method of comparing that you're doing there, not just saying, well, what do I want? Well, you're comparing each one to the other. And that comparison allows you to whittle down to this one I think is the best thing for me. And when you buy a car, that's what you go through. You may say, well, no, I just really want a Tesla, or no, I just really want a Ford or whatever. That's the brand. You're going to assess everything as to weight the pros and the cons. And we just have to do that.
But I think in that car, you're going to look at the options in the car, right?
That's part of it.
Like, what does it have? Power window, like all of cars have power windows, but does it have a nice backup screen, or does it, what is in the car that makes it unique and special to you and to your needs, or what you're desiring, right?
And your budget, as to how good of a car, quotes, good of a car I could get. Well, why wouldn't the consumer do the exact same thing when selling a house?
Well, I think let's break this down. Traditionally, how does that work? So a traditional sell is you looking for a buyer, marketing it, your agent's marketing it, looking for a buyer that you hope will come along and offer what you're asking for on the home, right? That's basically how it works. And sometimes they'll give you that price. Many times, if the market is soft, they'll give you below that value or below that price.
Right. They're going to come in and try to negotiate with you.
And then what are they doing through the whole entire transaction, through the inspection, through the walkthrough, through the appraisal?
Try to pull it down.
And what is that for the seller? It's take away. And that's how, unfortunately, real estate has been done in the U.S. for the past 200 years, 150 years.
And so when you're a seller, you look at, most sellers, I believe, look at that and think that that's their only option to sell. When I'm going to sell, I'm going to have to put it on the market. I'm going to have to wait for that buyer to come along. That's the process I'm going to have to go through. And the consumer wants to compare something different. They want to say, is there not only a better way to get a better price, but is there a simpler way? Is there a more convenient way? Is there a more hassle-free way? Those are the questions they've had. And until, I would say,
it's a more certain way to get my price too. I know what I'm going to get here.
Correct.
I think
they're looking for that certainty, right? That certainty that we just have in us. We want the convenience. We want the certainty. We're going to go look for it. And to do that, when a person's only entering the buyer sale cycle every about 10 years, 7-10 years, the market changes immensely in that amount of time. You think about where we were 10 years ago in the market. Right. Completely different than now. So if somebody had bought a home or sold a home then and is coming into the market now, it's a different market. They're going to look to say, well, how is it different, and what are my options? And with the pandemic especially, it accelerated the number of options that are available out there for a seller to sell their home. The problem is, man, it's exhausting to go to this place, that website, this other person, talk to this
one cash offer here or this over here. Yeah, and you don't know. As a consumer, you simply don't know. So you might hear or see a billboard, right? And it draws you there. But is that really, let me ask everybody, and agents and everybody abroad on listening to the podcast, is that the best offer? Do you know it's the best offer? You assume it might be, but if it's like, it's okay, and I'm going to take a hit, some people will go ahead and do it. Some people will retract from it.
Well, most of the time, they're going to keep looking.
They're going to keep
looking. They see
right?
that billboard. You may have Bob the Buyer in your neighborhood. And so Bob the Buyer's billboard's up there, and they're like, well, I better call Bob the Buyer.
Bob the home buyer.
They go to Bob the Buyer, and Bob the Buyer's price is like, oh my gosh, it's 70% of what I thought I was going to get. And they're thinking, oh, I don't like that. Well, what else could there be? That's the comparison. Right. I'm going to go look at another option. And so then they go to another place and another place and another place. Why aren't they coming to you, agent?
Right. Or they just settle for it like, I'm just, but I don't like it, but I'm just going to settle for it. But they deep down, and it's stuck in their it's stuck inside their stomach like, this is not good, but I'm going to go through with this offer because I need this, the certainty. I need to move and all of that. We're different. We have offers that are 95% of value. We have offers that are even 98% of value.
105% of value.
105% of value. We have the whole range of the offer arena in the U.S. from state to state to city to house to door covered. And it's just easily by putting in an address, waiting a few minutes, and the offers appear as we're tied in to every institution across the U.S.
And that gets to the convenience part of things.
Yeah.
As much as we want, there's this need to compare. There's also this desire that it be convenience, hassle-free, not cause me stress, because there's so much other stress in the world and in our lives right now anyway. Why introduce more or willingly go add some? So if I can make it convenient. So in creating a platform, cashoffers.pro, that we created, it was to bring in these options, make it one place with the click of a button that you could, in fact, give a consumer multiple offers. And we're seeing offers. Like here in Phoenix, for example, anywhere from 9 to 12 offers within about 2 minutes coming in now. You can see the same thing in Atlanta, Florida, Texas, Oklahoma. And yes, we actually have buyers now that cover all 50 states. So when an agent can be the solution and bring all the options, what happens is, we've talked before about those cheating clients.
Oh yeah.
The reason they're cheaters, the reason if you have cheating clients out there, the reason you have those cheating clients is because they want to see other options and they think you only bring one service. Put the house on the MLS and stick a sign in front of the yard. That's what they think. When you can show them that you can bring them more options, like what if we could fix it and then sell it? What if we could move you out, fix it, and then you keep the upside? What if we could cash you out a chunk of your equity, buy, and then you sell? What if we could just cash you out and all these different ways of being able to get the home sold? All of a sudden you're bringing the comparison to them. What that does is when your consumer knows that you have all those options and they get 12 offers, 9 offers, well, there's plenty of there to compare, because did you know there's a Stanford study on this need that we have to check things and compare things. 3's the number. We feel satiated as human beings if we can see 3 different things to compare. We may want to look more and more, but really it's satiated at 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So when you have all 9 of them there, they have no need to go cheating on you. You've brought them all already to them, and they have the options. And then you can guide them through the options and make it convenient and simple.
Great. The sellers too love when they can fire what's happening in life, why they're moving, why they're elevating to, whatever they're doing, moving into a new home or moving across the country or moving their children into new schools, and all these certain situations. As agents, we've had all of them thrown at us, right? And here's what's really nice. This is what I enjoy about the platform. You can take any circumstance that a seller throws at you, and you can give them what they want now. And nowhere in the U.S., if you're hearing this for the first time, there's nowhere else that you can find this. There isn't anywhere.
It really is what you said. Whatever their solution is, whatever their issue is, their problem is, you have the solution within this platform.
You have the solution. Other than that, your solution is uncertain. You have to list it, and then you're hope and pray that the right person comes along and doesn't, that agent doesn't mess it up, or that buyer gets cold feet, backs out, why they're boxed up in the house. All those kind of things happen, right? We've been through those
Boy, that sounds enticing.
Yeah, that sounds like fun, right? But now you have this where you can just put it in front of them. As you hear that's what I love about it. You can listen to what they're going through or what they're up against or anything that they have going on. And you say, hey, we got everything right here for you. This is going to take care of everything. You can move, you can cash out, you get all the money that you need, want, whatever that is, and head out. And without losing equity, right? That's the thing with our offers. Many cash companies steal the equity and then they go back and hold some.
Well, they're one option. They're going to try to get you to sell for a spread so that they can make money, and they'll explain to you, well, I've got to make money on this when I sell it, or it doesn't make sense for me to buy your house, whatever. But let me ask you this question, Tim. Do you like people telling you what you have to do?
No. Nobody, I think, does, right?
No. And so I'm the same way. And and you out there, I'm sure, are thinking, I don't want somebody telling me what to do. So if I'm going to sell my house, I don't want somebody telling me, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put the sign in the yard. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I want to hear options. I want to know that there is an array of choices for me so that I know I'm picking the best thing for myself. Now, I want someone to help me pick it, but I want to know that I have more than one options, and you're not just, this is the way it is and this is the way it has to be. Just something in my nature just says to that, and I push against it and say, I'll go look for something else, or maybe I'll do it myself if you say that's the only way to do it. And agents, we need to adapt. Agents out there, we need to adapt, and we need to start thinking differently. We need to think the way of a consumer. Give them what they want. That's options. It's choice. It's convenience. It's certainty. It's on their time frame. Give them that, and then be there for the things they need. Strong negotiator, someone who knows the process, somebody who's been there before, right? Give them what they want, be there for what they need.
Absolutely. And agents play a vital role in this because there is information that you have to guide them through the process. They can't do it themselves. They don't know. Like say, Jason mentioned before, they sell home at whatever, 7-10 years. Mm-hmm. We sell homes every day. So with our product and our offering, with the offers, in some states we have 6-7 offers. Some states we're up to 12, 13, 14 offers. You have the coverage to really do great things. And as a fiduciary duty now, if you know this is out there, you need to take advantage of this and help your sellers because it is a part of our responsibility. And if you're not researching this cashoffers.pro, right? Go to cashoffers.pro. This is what we're talking about. There's a little video on it too. We have on it, so it explains a little bit. 30-40-second video. It's a great product. I would say for a couple $100, if you haven't signed up, you need to sign up for this. Yep. It'll change your world if you're a real estate agent. We are getting just wonderful reviews and people saying, wow. And I love it for the seller. Mm-hmm. That's where it's about. That's where our heart is. Want to help the agent, but really what we're really doing is helping home sellers out there.
Help home sellers and help those listing agents out there continue in this business. Absolutely. To thrive even in the face of the NAR changes by giving them the tools that they need.
A great utility tool, be relevant out there.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you listening, and hey, it's that time of year, it's fall, and we will be back next week and talking a little bit more about cashoffers.pro and what it brings to not only you as the agent, but to your home sellers and how you can market in and around this to really give the sellers what they're looking for. And when you are providing what the sellers want and what they're looking for,
they'll come find you.
They'll come find you. It changes the game for you for sure. All righty, take us down, Jason.
Everybody, thanks so much for listening today. If you haven't already, subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Subscribe on YouTube. You can see us. You can watch the videos and even see some of the mess ups and missteps that happen along the way when we do these. So thanks again for joining us. Until next time, think different.
Take care. See you next week.